These four quarters from 1967, 1969, 1974, and 1994 might look like ordinary pieces of pocket change, but what if I told you some of them could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? Each one hides a secret, from silver planchet errors and double dies to rare minting mistakes that even experts didn't see coming. These coins tell the untold story of America's shifting history, where one small detail can turn a 25-cent coin into a collector's dream. So don't blink, because as we move forward, I'm going to share shocking facts and hidden treasures about these quarters that will truly leave you amazed. And you might just start checking every coin in your wallet after this. Welcome back to Numis Explorer. In 1967, the United States Mint released a coin that carried both mystery and historical significance: the Washington Quarter. At first glance, it looked like any other 25-cent piece, featuring the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the proud American eagle on the reverse. But beneath its simple design lies a story born out of a national crisis. During the mid-1960s, the U.S. faced an intense coin shortage, driven by rising silver prices and widespread hoarding of silver coins. To solve this problem, the Mint removed silver from circulating coins, replacing it with a copper-nickel composition. The 1967 quarter became part of this revolutionary change, a turning point in American coinage history. And here's the twist: no mint marks were placed on any 1967 quarters to discourage people from saving them by mint origin. This makes the 1967 quarter one of the few in U.S. history where you cannot tell whether it was struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But that's not all. Collectors around the world are fascinated by the 1967 quarter because of the secrets hidden in its variations and errors. Some quarters from this year were struck with double-die errors, where parts of the lettering or date appeared doubled, giving the coin a ghostly appearance. Others were struck on leftover silver planchets by mistake, making them worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. Just imagine finding a 1967 quarter that looks ordinary, but under close inspection, reveals faint doubling or unusual edges. That could be your ticket to a rare collector's treasure. These error coins have become the stuff of legend among numismatists, turning an everyday coin into a piece of American history worth far more than its face value. So, next time you see a 1967 quarter in your pocket change, take a closer look. You might be holding a small fortune without even realizing it. Time passed. The 1967 Washington Quarter became more than just currency. It became a symbol of transition. It marked the end of an era where silver ruled U.S. coinage and the beginning of modern clad coins. Millions were produced, yet every coin carries a part of that dramatic shift in American economic history. Today, collectors value not only its potential rarity but also its story. The story of a nation adapting to change, of hidden errors waiting to be discovered, and of the thrill that still excites coin hunters around the world. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, the 1967 quarter is a reminder that history can hide in plain sight, in your wallet, in your drawer, or maybe even in your pocket right now. So, keep watching, because your next quarter might just be worth more than you ever imagined. The 1969 Washington Quarter may look like just another coin in your pocket, but behind its familiar shine hides a story of mystery, transformation, and hidden value that still excites collectors today. Introduced during a time of great change in America, this coin carried forward the legacy of George Washington, the nation's first president, whose portrait had been on the quarter since 1932. But by 1969, something had shifted. The U.S. Mint was still recovering from the massive coin shortage of the 1960s and the removal of silver from circulation. Just like the 1967 quarter, the 1969 issue was made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, marking a permanent departure from the once precious silver quarters of the past. Yet, what makes the 1969 quarter truly fascinating is not just its metal, but the stories buried in its variations, mint marks, and secret errors. Some so rare that a single coin could fetch thousands of dollars today. With mint marks from Denver and San Francisco, and the absence of one from Philadelphia, collectors began the hunt for differences and imperfections that could turn an ordinary coin into a treasure. Here's where the suspense begins. Among all 1969 quarters ever struck, a few have emerged with shocking and valuable mistakes, double die obverse errors. On these rare pieces, the letters in Liberty and the date 1969 appear slightly doubled, as if the coin bears a hidden shadow of its own making. These doubling errors happened when the die that imprinted the coin shifted ever so slightly, leaving behind a ghost image, and to collectors, that ghost is worth gold. Some of these coins have sold for over $10,000, depending on condition and rarity. But that's not all. There are also reports of 1969 quarters struck on silver planchets from earlier years, a rare accident that escaped the mint's quality control. Finding one of those today would be like striking historical gold. Imagine checking your change and spotting one subtle anomaly that turns your 25 cents into a coin worth more than your car. That's the kind of real-life treasure hunt that makes the 1969 quarter one of the most exciting coins in circulation. Even beyond its potential value, the 1969 Washington quarter stands as a reflection of American resilience. It tells the story of a nation moving forward from economic turmoil, embracing modern coinage, and unknowingly creating a new generation of collectible pieces. Over 176 million quarters were struck in Philadelphia, 114 million in Denver, and about 2.9 million proof coins in San Francisco. Yet despite those huge numbers, the real treasures are hidden in the tiny imperfections. Collectors worldwide still search rolls of quarters, hoping to uncover one of those legendary double die examples. Every 1969 quarter holds a whisper of mystery, a clue that connects us to a time of change, challenge, and discovery. So next time you hold a quarter from 1969, look closely, check the date, the words, the edges, because one small detail could reveal that you're not just holding a coin, but a piece of hidden history worth far more than anyone could imagine. The 1974 Washington quarter might seem like a simple, everyday coin, but don't let its ordinary appearance fool you. Hidden within this 25-cent piece lies a story full of mystery, change, and rare surprises that continue to amaze coin collectors around the world. This quarter was born during a fascinating era in American coinage, just years after the U.S. Mint had permanently switched from silver to copper-nickel-clad coins. By 1974, the Mint had mastered this new metal blend, a copper core sandwiched between nickel layers, giving the coin a silvery look without using real silver. On the front, it features the iconic bust of George Washington, symbolizing leadership and strength, and on the back, the proud eagle, representing freedom and unity. But beneath that patriotic design lies a deeper story, one of secret mint experiments, rare mistakes, and the possibility that even the most common coin in your pocket could be worth a small fortune today. What's really hiding behind the 1974 quarter's metallic shine? Let's dive into its mystery. In 1974, millions of quarters were struck across 3 major U.S. mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S, 4 proof coins. But collectors soon began noticing something unusual. Some of these coins displayed rare minting errors that dramatically increased their value. For instance, the 1974 D double die obverse quarter, where parts of the lettering Liberty or In God We Trust appear faintly doubled, became one of the most hunted errors of the decade. Others were struck on leftover planchets meant for foreign coins, giving them strange colors and lighter weights. Even more fascinating is the mysterious 1974 silver planchet quarter, a coin accidentally made using leftover silver blanks from 1964. These rare pieces are incredibly valuable today, sometimes selling for thousands of dollars at auctions. Imagine checking your spare change and realizing that a coin you thought was worth just 25 cents could actually pay your rent for months. That's the kind of hidden excitement collectors love, and it's exactly why the 1974 quarter remains such a hot topic in the numismatic world. But the story doesn't end there. The 1974 quarter also plays a crucial role in what was to come the very next year. In 1975, the Mint paused the regular quarter production to prepare for the country's bicentennial celebrations, releasing the special 1776 to 1976 dual-date quarters with the drummer boy design. That means the 1974 issue was the final regular Washington quarter before the bicentennial series, making it historically significant. Each one you find is like a closing chapter before America's 200th birthday, a quiet coin from the end of an era. And here's where the suspense builds. Every collector secretly hopes to find that one 1974 quarter with a hidden flaw, maybe a missing mint mark, a rare double die, or a planchet error that transforms it into a hidden treasure. So next time you see a 1974 quarter glinting under the light, don't overlook it. Flip it, study it, and check every detail, because one small imperfection might just turn your pocket change into a priceless piece of American history. The 1994 Washington quarter may look like just another coin from your pocket change, but its story is far more captivating than most people realize. This coin represents the final years of the traditional Washington quarter design, the last stretch before the historic 50-state quarters program that would forever change American coinage. The obverse side still proudly carries the portrait of George Washington, sculpted by John Flanagan, a design first introduced in 1932 to honor Washington's 200th birthday. By 1994, it had become a familiar sight for millions of Americans, but beneath its common appearance hides a world of mystery, hidden errors, and minting secrets that collectors love to chase. Struck primarily at the Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, and Denver, D mints, along with a few proof coins from San Francisco, S. This quarter marks an era when the U.S. Mint was perfecting its modern minting technology, yet errors still managed to slip through the cracks. And those tiny mistakes? Some have turned ordinary 1994 quarters into rare collectibles worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. Here's where the suspense begins. Among the millions of 1994 quarters minted, a few have been discovered with rare and fascinating minting errors, and these are what collectors dream of finding. The most famous are the 1994 double die quarters, where the inscriptions "Liberty" or "In God We Trust" show faint doubling, giving the coin a ghost-like shadow effect. Others have been struck off-center, missing layers of metal, or showing partial designs that occurred during misalignment in the minting process. Even rarer are the transitional errors, a small number of 1,994 quarters struck on planchets meant for other coins, such as nickels or foreign denominations. These mistakes escaped the mint's quality control and now sell for astonishing prices in auctions. Some collectors have paid over $2,000 for a perfectly preserved or unusual 1994 error quarter. Just imagine. The same coin you might have spent on a snack decades ago could now be worth a small fortune. That's the magic of coin collecting and the suspense behind every coin you hold in your hand. But the 1994 quarter isn't only about errors and rarity. It also symbolizes a turning point in American history. It was one of the last quarters to feature the classic eagle reverse design before the revolutionary 50-state quarter series began in 1999. That makes it part of the final chapter of an era spanning more than 6 decades. Many collectors see the 1994 quarter as a bridge coin, a link between the old America of the 20th century and the modern, collectible-focused mint of the 21st. Each 1994 quarter carries that sense of nostalgia and hidden mystery, a reminder that even in ordinary circulation, history is always moving. And here's the best part. Because so many people overlook coins from the 1990s, rare varieties still hide in plain sight today. So, before you dismiss that 1994 quarter sitting in your drawer, take a closer look. Inspect the edges, the date, and every letter carefully. Who knows? You might just uncover a secret that's been waiting 30 years to be found. A forgotten treasure disguised as a simple piece of change.